Today, just going to be a brief one, which is about the human stress cycle. So, for those of you that are brand new to this, maybe I'm acting like you already all know me. Hey, I'm Garrett Don. I'm the head of Command Z and Summerland Academy for Radical Undoing. I help people overcome stress, tension, anxiety, depression in record time. Help you get out of the hell realm, the snow globe of the mind, get out of the head and back home into the body, into actuality, where then you can return to the control panels of your life and actually make something happen and start doing the things that you want to do instead of just thinking about them. And we accomplish that through a wide variety of different techniques and approaches and strategies, some of which you will learn about in the Summerland Show, and some of which you can explore in all the other sections here. If you check the live streams tab, there's a whole bunch of different content under the playlist. There's a bunch of exercises you can try out, and I highly encourage you to do so. And then if or when you'd like to go deeper, in the description, you can find a link to get on our email list for the Summerland Academy for Radical Undoing. And actually, very soon on Monday, I believe, I will be launching on Monday, I will be launching the next Summerland 12-day challenge. That's going to be a live challenge experience, most likely within our private Facebook group. And then I might put some additional materials in the Summerland Academy private training website. But all the details for that, you'll have to get on the email list to be a part of that. So when you sign up for the email list, you can also get my 7-minute emergency kit, which will introduce you to some very simple, very powerful exercises that can convert your stress or anxiety or upset into sort of a grounded, present awareness. Okay, there's nothing new age, nothing mystical about any of this. This is all just using the body to get your awareness out of the hell realm of the mind and the overreaction to the contents of the imagination back into the body. So what we're going to do today is just briefly talk about the human stress cycle, which, as you see in the description, is TCDR. By the end of this, also, I'm going to give you 2 exercises that you can use immediately. You can do them along with me to experience a little bit about the TCDR, human stress cycle. So the cycle, what the TCDR stands for is tension, charge, discharge, and relaxation. Again, that's tension, charge, discharge, and relaxation. And this is a normal human stress cycle, and we should be able to recognize where we are on that cycle. So if, let's say, my shoulders are tensing up a little bit, maybe I'm walking outside and it's kind of cold, or I'm feeling defensive in a conversation, something like this, I get tense, or I might have, some disgust look on the face, like, something like this, or sadness, so you have some tension in the body, which leads to then a charge, which we often experience as an emotional charge, but it could also be an energetic charge, meaning like you feel hyper or you feel charged up, basically. And then discharge is, for example, if you scream and punch the bed while you feel angry, now you've discharged some of that charge. And if you discharge properly and completely, then you will end up in the relaxation part of the cycle. Now, most people are locked in one or more parts of the cycle at various times of the day, and sometimes for years at a time, locked into these cycles. Let me see, just so I can bring the chat up. In case there's any questions, you guys are welcome to leave comments or questions in the chat, and I'll see it here, I believe, using another new system for the streaming right now. So still working out the bugs. But anyway, so what we want to do is be able to start to recognize when you have tension and then utilize whatever tools you have at your disposal to break apart that tension, okay? And then to be able to initiate a charge if you ever want, or if you have a charge that you don't want, like you're full of intense sadness or you're full of intense whatever feelings, anger, whatever it is, to be able to recognize that and then to use certain exercises to discharge. But let's say you do need that energy. You do need energy for some kind of thing you're working on. You're going to run a marathon or whatever. You want to know how to be able to build up a charge as well. And then ultimately, like I said before, you need to be able to discharge completely in order to access true relaxation. And that's something that's very, very lacking in most people in today's society and in today's world, is they never fully relax. They never fully discharge. They never fully relax. So that's just a little bit about the TCDR cycle. I'm going to get a lot more into it. We'll do a full in-depth stream about it sometime later on. Maybe part of the Summerland Show, maybe not. Still kind of trying to discern what's the flavor of this show going to be about. But for now, just wanted to introduce you to that TCDR: tension, charge, discharge, and relaxation. And the best thing would be for you to just start checking in throughout the day and notice if you're in where you notice tension, what kind of charged states you get into, and maybe what the triggers were for you to get into those states. The methods you currently use, if you have any, for discharging the charge in the body, and then to what degree are you actually able to completely relax. Okay, and so what we're going to do is use a couple exercises. We're going to repeat the ones that we did yesterday that I did on the Summerland Show episode 1, and that's going to be number 1, a simple twist of face, and number 2, the Atlas Shrugged exercise. So we're just going to get right into it because I have a little less time today than I had yesterday. And for a simple twist of face, I'm going to repeat the instructions. Every time I introduce the exercise to you, I'm going to repeat the instructions pedantically over and over, not because I don't think you know them. Even if you're a seasoned pro at this radical undoing stuff and the Summerland training, it's still important to go back and revisit the exact precise instructions again and again and again, because hearing them over and over will also translate over into your body following the instructions more and more precisely over time. Okay, so the instructions for the face stretches are: number 1, twist and move all different parts of your face. That's the forehead, eyebrows, eyeballs, eyelids, open and closed, eyes in different directions, cheeks, nostrils, lips, tongue, and jaw. And we're going to do that for at least 3 full minutes. Better is 5 minutes. Okay, we're going to do this right now, and I will time it out. So you watching the video, you're not just hearing about the exercise and thinking about the exercise, but instead we're actually doing the exercise. And so I encourage you, if you're sitting there already watching this, then do the exercise along with me. That way you get something more out of this stream than you get out of a typical YouTube experience. Okay, I want you to have a real body experience, not just absent-mindedly consuming this content. So you're going to slowly twist and move all the muscles of the face with a lot of contraction, a lot of intensity, while breathing, and make sure the breathing is going into the belly and into the chest. And it's a full breath, but not a forced breath. Okay. So, awesome. Sean, welcome back, Sean. And Sean was here yesterday for the Summerland Show episode 1. And he said this is going to be his second simple twist of face for the day. That's beautiful. The second time is a real charm. So we're going to get started. We'll start right now. Let me set the timer for 5 minutes. Okay, and here we go. Take a deep breath. And again, it's a full breath, but not a forced breath. So you're going to breathe and twist and move the face. You can make sounds with the breathing if you want, but you're going to twist and move. And our aim here is we're breaking apart tension in the face. So not only are we going to break apart the tension in the face, but this is also going to discharge some of the charge that's lingering all the time from the emotions that are produced by the different combinations of facial tensions. Okay. But it's more important that you do it and have the experience for yourself than it is that you think about it and have a way of explaining it for now. So go ahead and breathe, twist and move, and go nice and slow and deliberate. But you're also tensing the muscles as you're moving them. And try to do different combinations. Try to look one way and move the lips another. Pull the lips in. Stick the lips out. And keep on breathing while you move. This will feel real strange because for most people, their identity is wrapped up in a specific combination of facial muscle tensions. So as we do this, your identity, your sense of identity can tremble a little bit. The long-term goal of this, repetition of these exercises over time, one long-term goal is to get your identity out of the imagination and back into the wholeness of you, the wholeness of you as a person, not just ideas of a persona that you're trying to live up to. Okay. You just keep moving, twisting the face, really intense. Oh, and it'll look weird. It'll feel weird. And that's okay. You already look weird when you're locked into some emotional overreaction. So now at least you're doing it voluntarily. And if you stop on one face that feels intense for some reason, try and amplify it. Just stay there with it. And just notice the rest of the body. See, now I stopped breathing there. And I noticed my shoulders were tensing up. So then I remember, relax the rest of the body, keep on breathing. We've got another 2.5 minutes left to go. So this also will slow you down. It'll slow down the passage of time, bring your mind out of the hell realm of the imagination and back into what's actually going on. And Sean says, got to be mindful of the breathing, tend to hold it without realizing it. Yep. And again, this is going to get better with repetition. The more you do this exercise every day, eventually it'll be more and more smooth. But it also depends if you're all upset or tense, then the breathing's going to be a little choppy. And this will help you get back to a grounded, to neutral position. A little bit longer. And at the end, what we're going to do when the timer goes off, we're going to hold one face real tight. Okay, we've got about 40 seconds left. At the end of the timer, we're going to hold one face really tight. Take a full inhalation, hold the breath for a little while, and then I'll count down. We'll say ah and let all the breath go, okay? So another 30 seconds. Keep twisting. Now, if you want, hold an angry face. Like over exaggerated, it might make you laugh. Then a really happy face. And then a sad face. But really tense, squeeze all the muscles. Stick out the tongue. Okay, hold a little bit longer. Okay, we got 10 seconds here, so I'll stop the timer. Take a full inhalation. Try and tense all the face muscles tight as you can. Eyes different directions. Hold the breath now. Hold the face really tight. And when I count down, we're going to let go with an ah sound and just let everything drop. Hold. And 3, 2, 1, and let everything drop. Just let it drop. Take a few breaths. Let the jaw hang loose. Oh, let the tongue be relaxed. Let the eyes be relaxed. Oh. And if you have to yawn, yawning takes precedence. Belches, farts, and yawns, as my great teacher used to say. Belches, farts, and yawns take precedence. So if you find during the exercise you have to yawn or belch or fart, you let that happen. You yield to that and then come back to the exercise, okay? After you do the 5 minutes of face stretches, take at least 2 full breaths, the time of 2 full breaths, eyes closed. Look, let the face just droop now. We want to come back to neutral, just no tension, no charge, just So if you did the exercise according to my instructions just now, you experienced tension and then charge. If you did the angry face, whatever, you might have noticed some charges going on, okay? And then discharge also at the same time, but especially once we exhale at the end of the exercise. And when we hold the breath, we build up the charge at the end. Then when we exhale, say, let all the breath out, let the face drop. Now we discharge. And then what results after you properly discharge is the relaxation. That's what you're feeling right now if you did this exercise properly. And it's great. Okay. 20 plus years into doing this, I still love this exercise. Okay. And you get compound results over time. It will start to play out in deep body relaxation. You'll stop overreacting to things. Other people will see you differently. You'll stop carrying emotional baggage around in your face. So next, we're going to do the Atlas Shrugged exercise. And that one, you're going to pull your shoulders up to your ears like this. And hold them. Hold them nice and tight. So we're going to pull the shoulders up. This one we do for 90 seconds. So just follow along with me here. We'll do it for 90 seconds. You got to do it for at least a full minute. Wait, we got to go 1 minute, 30 seconds. Okay. Okay, let me start again with the instructions. So sit up straight, put the feet on the ground. And then what we're going to do is pull the shoulders up to the ears like this. And then keep on breathing. I'll start the timer. If you do have to yawn, make loud sounds like that. Really stretch open your jaw and you're going to get a lot more relaxation out of the yawn. So now pull the shoulders up toward your ears real tight. And keep on breathing into the belly and chest. And then make sure that your hands and arms are loose and your neck is not like this. That is just loose and normal. Okay. So shoulders up real tight. Keep on breathing. Keep on breathing. And keep the pressure up on the shoulders. It should not be painful, but it should be tense. It should be rather intense. So it could be warm, could be intense. Just keep pulling the shoulders up, 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 up. Keep pulling them up. Keep pulling them up, 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 up. Pulling them up. Keep on breathing. We got about 20 seconds left. Keep going. Don't drop the shoulders. This is dynamic. You keep the shoulders pulling up and let the rest of the body relax. And let your mind relax into the intensity. Don't fight against it with your mind. Okay. Okay. About 8 seconds left. Now for ending this one, we're going to take a full inhalation. Pull the shoulders up even tight. So do that now. Full inhalation. Shoulders up real tight. And hold, 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 hold. A little bit longer. Hold, hold, hold. And then 3, 2, 1. And thrust the shoulders down. Now shake them out. Loosen up your neck a little bit. You can bring the shoulders back and forward. That's better. This mop of a hair. Okay. So Now, again, just relax, take a couple breaths. So you may have noticed tension, and then starts to build the charge, and you might even have some reactions to the exercise, some emotional reactions, some thoughts, build up a charge, discharge, and then relaxation at the end. And if you have a lot of shoulder tension built up from over the years or decades, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time for that to discharge, but this is going to discharge it very, very quickly. And Sean makes a very important point here. Let's show this on the stream. Part of the exercise for me is finding out how to relax the arms, neck, etc. during this. Yes, okay. You illustrate a very important point, Sean. Thank you. That allows me to go a little deeper about this. The theory behind all of this, and this will be the last point I make for today's Summerland show, is there's basically like a tension map throughout your body. And for example, one exercise during the full lay down radical undoing sessions is to open the eyes wide on the inhale like this, pushing up the forehead, and on the exhale to close the eyes down tight like this, but to leave the jaw and cheeks alone. Okay. For most people, when they start that exercise, they will go like this. On the inhale, they'll be like, when the eyes are supposed to be open, they'll go, and they're squeezing their chest and they're tensing in their legs, and then they'll close their eyes. Sometimes they'll even close the mouth, and then later, next repetition, but over and over, say 15, 20 minutes or a few sessions into the radical undoing process, then the person will be able to just move the eyes alone. So we're breaking apart that tension map. So that's what Sean is illustrating here. His comment illustrates here. When we have the shoulders up, I could just have just my shoulders up. Okay. And I'm not tensing much of the rest of my body. Yes, exactly. So Sean makes the point. We're so used to these muscle groups firing together. Yes, exactly. And so what happens is it's all outside of awareness. So these exercises are going to break into awareness. And this is where most people stop with the radical undoing work is they start doing the exercises and then they become aware of how much tension they're carrying. And that's what, and it starts to drive them a little bit crazy. And they become aware of how much bullshit is swarming around inside their minds. And if they were to stick with the exercises over time, it's not that the exercises are making you tense or making your head full of insanity. What it means is now you're aware of something you weren't aware of. And it's kind of crazy to become aware of it. But then you got to keep going, okay? And when you keep doing the exercises, it will start to discharge all the crazy BS that's going on inside your imagination. And it will start to remove your identity from the ideas, from the abstractions, and from the imaginary realm, and bring your identity back down into you as a real person, as a whole person. So who has a mind, who has an imagination, but who is not completely living trapped inside of the imagination in a world of interpretations. So then what that means is if you're sitting alone, right, like I am now in a room, and it's absolutely peaceful, there's no threat on my life right now, no direct obvious threat. But if I noticed I was getting afraid, and then I noticed the contents of the mind are like, oh, dude, you need to do this. What if we don't do that? Oh my God. But I can see, oh, okay, that's going on. What's happening here? And then I can do something. I can drop it. Or I can do an exercise like the face stretches, like the shoulders, like whatever other of the entire radical undoing repertoire, the Summerland training repertoire. And I can apply tension if I need to. Usually we just recognize the tension is already there. Then build up a charge. Then do a proper discharge, a complete discharge. And then I return to grounded but alert relaxation. A lot of people associate relaxation with sleep, but it's not the same thing. Now, knowing how to properly relax will help you sleep better because you can get into a deeply relaxed state before you go to bed. But yeah, so I won't go into a lot of more stuff. I got to get going, actually. But just to recap, TCDR, the human stress cycle, tension, charge, discharge, and relaxation. If you start doing the face stretches, 5 minutes a day or twice a day, 3 times, anytime you get in the mood, anytime you have facial tension. Great. TCDR, just try to notice. And then the face stretches and the shoulders are going to give you a real life experiential example of how the human stress cycle plays out. And it will also make it so that you're more aware that tension or a charge is happening. And then you'll be able to move to voluntarily charge it up, even and tense it up even more, and then discharge it completely, which will result in deeper and deeper and deeper levels of relaxation in your body over time, which then will play out into every situation in your life. Instead of getting all tense and charged up and overreacting and yelling at your wife or yelling at your kids or yelling at the cats or whoever it is, you'll be able to now have a new perspective that's removed from the situation on what's going on. You'll be able to see yourself and how you're interacting. And then you'll be able to choose how you would like to interact instead of be a slave to your emotional reactions and be a slave to the contents of your mind. That's what this is always about. Okay. Let's see what Sean has to say here. Sean says, I feel like I've always tried to resolve that stuff in my mind instead of my body, but thinking about it, you can't solve problems on the same level that you created them on. Dude, that's perfect. Dude, I'm so happy you're jumping on the stream. We're going to get you on as a guest on the lives very, very soon. So keep coming on. This is really cool. This is really cool. This is going to help a lot of people because I'm not at the beginner level anymore. I've been doing this stuff for so long. So then when we have an absolute beginner coming on, it's going to be able to pop out a lot more insights and very useful ways of describing things that I might not be as aware of, at the beginning. So this is great. This is really cool. And yeah, so most approaches, as Sean illustrated here, to dealing with our struggles or problems in life are all just trying to deal with them on the intellectual level. This way, we don't have to deal with them on the intellectual level at all, on the mental level. Instead, we attack the problem through the body. And then most of the time, all the things that you thought were problems weren't actually problems at all. And that's going to be the subject for episode 3 is fake problems and fake suffering. So we'll get into that most likely tomorrow. I'm going to try and find time to squeeze it in. But as I said, if you guys want to get into the Summerland Challenge, we're going to go a lot deeper with these concepts. You're going to get a bunch more exercises in there. And it's a 12-day challenge. It is somewhat challenging. That's why it's called the challenge. But people have told me that they even overcame deep social anxiety and self-victimization behavior by about day 4 of the 12-day challenge. I'm even mind blown about how effective the challenge is. I can't claim that I thought it would be that powerful, but and you guys will be able to meet some other folks. Probably there'll be folks who want to do it again who've done it before. But we'll have the 12-day challenge. It's probably going to be running in the Facebook group. I think it's facebook.com or it's Summerland Academy for Radical Undoing. Look for that on Facebook. Just send a request and I'll add you into the group. That's going to start on Monday. We're going to start the next 12-day challenge on Monday. And to get all those details, though, and to get notified of the time and to be on the list and everything, and to be able to come on to the challenge with me live while we do it, you'll need to get on the email list. You can do that below. I'm changing around everything about the website and all this stuff lately, so bear with me. It's summerland.radicalundoing.com/email. Let me see if I can just put that on the stream, and then I'll show it. So we'll go like this, and bear with me. I'm just getting to learn all these new. I need to write a note here for the future streams. I need to do like thumbnails and all kinds of fun stuff. So, let's see. Okay, so yeah, that's the link. Summerland.radicalundoing.com. email, and you'll get the, as I said, you'll get the 7-minute emergency kit, which will give you in-depth instructions about how to use 3 different exercises to get out of your head, out of the hell realm of the mind, back home into the body, into present, grounded, confident awareness. Where you, and then if you practice this stuff long enough, you will know the difference between what's going on inside your imagination versus what's happening in reality, which means you won't be obsessed thinking about what other people are thinking about you, and so on and so on and so on. So without rambling any further, I'm going to call it a day. Hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are watching this. Great to see you, Sean. Super stoked that we've connected, and I'm really happy to be a part of this journey with you, and that you jumped on at the very beginning of the Summerland show. Okay, guys, if you have any comments, questions, please leave them in the comments. Remember to like, share, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your enemies, share with your family, share the exercises, do them with other people. If you have people that you're close to, it can be a lot of fun. So remember, simple twist of face, Atlas shrugged, at least once a day, better twice a day, and you can do them as many times as you liked throughout the day. But 3 to 5 minutes for the face stretches, and at least 60 seconds, but 90 seconds is better for the Atlas shrugged. And from there, I will say much love and God bless you. And always remember, keep undoing. Enjoy.